Well, welcome back. The ongoing crisis at the border continues to bubble up. New drone footage to report. It shows nearly 1,000 migrants being held under this bridge in Mission, Texas, where we were, the show broadcasting from there a couple months ago. As the Biden administration looks to set up lawyers for illegal immigrants, the administration says taxpayer dollars should go toward providing lawyers for these migrants who have just broken the law by coming into this country. The Border Patrol Union says COVID-positive migrants are coming into the country day in and day out. The number of COVID cases up 900% in the month of June 2021 versus 2020. Former acting DHS Secretary and Heritage Foundation visiting fellow Chad Wolf is here now to join me to talk more about it. Chad, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here. You say DHS is overwhelmed as migrants are coming in the front door and going right out the back door. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, absolutely, Maria, and I think some of the pictures that you just showed there are evidence of that. They have broken the system. They can't process migrants, illegal aliens, fast enough. And so what we've seen in some reporting over the last several weeks is that they've let 50,000 of them come in the front door and out the back door without issuing them court dates, notices to appear. And they are not showing up at ICE facilities and DHS facilities across the country as they should be. And we knew that. We forecasted that. We told the Biden administration that. And we've seen what they've done anyway. And they're doing that because there is an overwhelming number of illegal migrants coming across that border every single day, every single week, and every single month. And they don't have the capacity to continue to process them, to hold them, to remove them. And unfortunately, this crisis that's been on the border for the last 6 months is now becoming a national embarrassment. And the American people are saying, what is going on? We handed them a border that was safe, that was secure, and that had policies in place that worked, and they tore that all down, and what you see is the result of that.
Honestly, I don't understand the motivation here, Chad. I mean, why would they be doing this? Yesterday I spoke with former senior White House advisor Stephen Miller, and he was outraged that Republicans are negotiating on roads and bridges without holding this administration to account about the border. Here's Stephen Miller yesterday. Watch this.
Nancy Pelosi tells the Capitol Hill police to arrest vaccinated staff.
Way to safely conduct illegal immigration during a pandemic. In fact, it is the most unsafe form of travel. What President Biden has done is he has suspended the application of Title 42 for all minor aliens traveling alone, which is about the size of one American city per month, comprised entirely of illegal alien minors, plus the vast, vast majority of illegal alien families. So these groups are entering the country unrestricted, illegally, being resettled by our border agencies and spreading the disease throughout the country. It is insane to me that we are having a conversation in Washington, D.C. right now about infrastructure when the border is melting down before our very eyes and the sovereignty of this country is being wiped out.
Chad, do you have any thoughts on why this administration is doing this?
Well, I think for a large part, they are beholden to the left wing of their party. You talked about earlier in your segment that they are looking at providing taxpayer-funded lawyers to these migrants who are coming across the border. That is absolutely the wrong approach. Taxpayer dollars should not be given to folks that come into the country illegally. Just think about that for a moment. This is a wish list for activists, immigration activists for years and decades, and they're finally getting their way with the Biden administration. And so I think there's a number of things that they have done that have been on that wish list for a number of years that they are beholden to. But I certainly agree with Stephen. Congress's number one priority right now should be shutting down this crisis, addressing this crisis any way that they can, whether that's through executive action or that's through legislative action. But all focus should be on that. And the idea that the Biden White House or the Congress, Democrats in Congress, are talking about amnesty right now, that is only going to fuel this fire on the border that we have. If we pass an amnesty bill or amnesty provisions in an infrastructure package, you're going to see more and more folks coming to that border. So you're going to have a crisis on top of a crisis, and it's certainly the wrong approach.
And, of course, we won't know until it's probably too late because it's 2,700 pages, the infrastructure bill is, and no one has read it yet. They just finalized the text last night So now you've got these senators to read this 3,000 pages and then sign off on it. Chad, what do you think is most compelling that we need to understand about the border? I mean, you look at the COVID cases up 900% June over June. No wonder we're seeing an increase in the number of cases in the United States, even from vaccinated people. Yeah. Even Rochelle Walensky said, yeah, the numbers in the South are rising fast, and it's significant numbers in the South. Well, the southern border is actually opening up and is open to all these new COVID cases. Is that where we should focus, or what about the remain in Mexico? What do you think is most compelling right now that people need to understand about the situation?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of issues, Maria, and you certainly hit on it. COVID cases coming through that southwest border. You have to think about where these illegal migrants, aliens coming from. Mexico, Central America, and other parts of the world that don't have the vaccination rates that we do, don't have higher positivity rates, lack the public health infrastructure. So we know that they are coming to the border. They are encountering Border Patrol agents with COVID, and we see that because more and more Border Patrol agents are getting sick as well, and so that's certainly concerning. And of course, they don't stay on the border; they are released into communities all across this country, and so they are going and spreading throughout the country. And then I would say it's the rule of law on that border. It's the cartels. It's not only the human smuggling that we see and the migrants coming across that border, but it's the illegal narcotics, it's the illegal contraband, and all the other criminal activity that goes along with that surge in migrants coming. And so I think that's important to remain focused on. And I know DHS talks about that, and I think the American people need to understand it's not just family units and it's small children. It's MS-13 gang members, it's criminals, and the criminal activity that come with them.
Yeah, you make a great point. It's amazing to me that it's actually the criminal cartels that are deciding who comes into America and who doesn't. I mean, get your head around that one. Chad Wolf, it's great to see you. Thank you so much, sir. We will keep watching this.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.